Alright, welcome back to class. Now, in the previous section, we were trying to calculate VAT. We are trying to make sure that when we are inputting our items in QuickBooks, we capture tax properly, accurately in QuickBooks, so that QuickBooks can help us and track these things upfront. Now, remember, now we assume that this cost price for this item that we invoice is VAT inclusive, and the VAT rate included in this amount is 7.5%. So what we are going to do now, in order to get, because we want to subtract our input VAT from our output VAT so that we know how much we're supposed to pay the government. Like I said earlier on, you as a seller, you're not supposed to pay VAT. You're not supposed to pay this tax. The person that this tax burden falls upon is the consumer. That's the final consumer of that item. So you as a seller, you are not supposed to bear the burden. So any VAT you previously paid on that item, you need to subtract it before you remit the balance to the government. So that is what we're trying to get. So we're trying to get the amount that was charged, that we are charged as VAT, and the amount we charge our customer as VAT, so that we know how much we're supposed to remit to the federal government. Now, in order to do that, we have this is the selling amount, this is the selling price, the cost price. So the cost price is 1,800, say 1,800. Now 1,800, what is the VAT rate? Now we have already gotten that, okay, this cost price is VAT inclusive. So what is the rate that was charged on it? So the rate that was charged on it is 7.5%, 0.075. This is the VAT rate that was charged on it. Now we are going to divide this by 1.075. So that means we are going to add back the VAT, the tax rate, and the tax that was charged. So when you do that, you now say divided by. Now you say divided by. You now divide it by 1.075. It will not give you the total value of tax you paid. So this is what we paid. We paid 126.98, approximately 98 naira on this item. So that is what we paid. So when you are doing that, because we sold two items, we now say this multiplied by 2 is now giving us 250, and we charged how much? We charged 300. We charge 300. So that means what we are going to balance the federal government is 446.06 as the tax collected. That is the value of VAT we collected. So if you are not careful, that is why when you are doing all these things, you need to get a professional who is going to be able to calculate all these things accurately for you. If you don't do it like that, you end up wasting money, because you'll be paying taxes, to people, and you'll be paying taxes that you're not supposed to be paying. So this is what we're supposed to pay at the end of the day as VAT, because we initially paid 253.94 as VAT, but now what you're going to do is to deduct what we paid from what we collected, then we remit this balance. So that is what we're going to do right now. So since we have determined how much you're supposed to pay, now when you come to your, let me not use shortcuts, let me go straight. I don't want to use shortcut for you. So when you come to your tax management or tax manager here, you see it, you click. Now our tax liability is how much? This is September. No, we're talking about October. Yep, our tax liability for October is 300, right? That's our tax liability. We're already aware of it. So all the items you sold at the end of the day, this is how you're going to see your tax liability is 300. But we need to go and adjust that, because that is not what we are supposed to pay at the end of the day. You can see you want to get the summary of your revenue, tax revenue. You can just click here, filter it according to date. So this is for October. So you can see this is our tax revenue. This is the revenue that generated the tax we are about to pay. So at the end of the day, you need to adjust it so that you know that this is what you're supposed to pay. So when you come to this place, the date of payment, let's say you want to actually pay it, okay, because you want to pay in November. Then you select the vendor, adjustment, which account that you're adjusting. You're adjusting your accounts, where is it again? You're adjusting your sales tax account. Sorry, you select a different account because you want to take the money back. We want to reduce the account. So like I said, you now select the vendor. When you select the vendor, you select the account you want to adjust that to. So you are going to go back to, let's say, your sales. That's the account you want to adjust back to. So what is the adjustment? Is the adjustment an increase or decrease? So remember that what we did with the calculation, according to the calculation we did, we are reducing the amount of tax we are going to pay. So what it means is that we are going to reduce it by, we're going to reduce the amount of tax we are paying by, let's say 253.45. Right? That is the difference when we calculate. Now this amount that is what we refer to as the input VAT. Yes, that's the input. That's the amount we collected, we paid when we are buying those products for resale. So this is what we pay. So when you're done, you don't click OK. So after you're done that, now if you view yours, let's look at our chart of account first. Let's look at our chart of account. So if you look at chart of our account, yes, our chart of account is reflecting exact balance you're supposed to pay as tax. This is what we are supposed to pay at the end of the day as tax, 46.06 as our tax rate. This is what we are supposed to remit to the federal government at the end of the day. So that is it. Now, I don't know why this place say pay tax, or is it because the date is not yet due? This is October 12th and this is November. No, let's say October. This let's say yeah, so that is it. It's correct. So you can see, because this place was checked. Now the adjustment we did, this is the amount we're supposed to pay as tax initially, but when we did the adjustment, this is what we have. It will now less this amount as our input VAT. Then we have our total, this is our total output VAT and this is our total input VAT. So when you less it, this is the tax payable. So if you want to pay the tax now, let's say you want to remit now to the federal government account, that's after you have made the transfer or you have gone to the bank to make the deposit and you have collected your receipt. So you now have to record it. So when you now come, you now say so if you now select the tool like this, you now once you do that, and now select pay, you click OK. Now once you click OK, that means you have already paid the VAT. If you come to this place, if you come to your sales tax, you will not see it again. Now there's no way you can remember, like I said, this amount, this payment, this item is not, I repeat, it is not supposed to be part of your revenue, no matter what. It is something you collected on behalf of the government. So you have to remit it to the government. So once you do that, you don't have any sales tax liability again on your head. So that means you have cleared all your sales tax. So what we did in this video, we were able to calculate, we are able to set up our tax rates. We are able to set up our tax rate. We are able to manage our tax. We are able to know the difference between our input tax and the output tax, and we are able to make the necessary adjustment and to know the exact amount of tax you're supposed to pay to the federal government. This is something very, very important. Most people will just go ahead because QuickBooks have helped me to calculate this, and I'll just go ahead and pay the federal government. No, that is not how to do it, because those item, the sales tax item, the sales tax is only applicable to final consumers. That is, the final consumers are the one who's supposed to bear the burden. So if you are buying a product and you are reselling it, you are not supposed to pay the VAT on that item. So the person that is the final consumer is the person that's supposed to bear the burden on that item. So thank you, and see you in the next section of the video, which is going to be how to set up and manage inventory items in QuickBooks. So see you as we return to continue from where we stopped.